There he is.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi. How are you?
Great, great. How are you keeping, man?
I'm doing okay, you know. Not so bad. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fantastically, actually. Yeah, you must have a good
Okay.
mic in there.
I hope so. Yeah, I did some tests, but it didn't sound so good, but I don't know. It's if you say so, you
Yeah,
know.
it sounds really good. You are one of those people I think as well that has a great radio voice.
Uh I've been told. I have been told. Yeah.
Like a late
Yeah.
night radio, maybe like a midnight, midnight jazz improv with Joe.
RTE if you're listening.
There you go. Well, wait, are you in Berlin now?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in Berlin.
Ah, that's crazy.
Um yeah, man. It's nice. It's kind of a strange, been a strange few, few months.
Hmm.
I'm like managing an artist residency here, um, and like booking gigs, and
Nice.
like even being a landlord. Really,
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of
yeah,
responsibilities.
yeah. Tonight we're doing our first gig. Here we're sort of you'll like this actually. It's a concept called music for the cosmos.
Wow.
And we have like big windows looking out over the Spree and the river, and we're gonna play like put our four speakers in the window, and experimental musicians are coming and DJs and bands, and they're gonna perform for people on the other side of the river. Um,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, so I'm a bit nervous. Today's the first time we haven't we've tested it and stuff, but like
Hmm.
there's going to be a live stream and it's a big thing.
That
So I'm like,
sounds beautiful. That's so nice. Is there a link? Where can people watch this?
yeah. If you go to Petersburg Art Space um, Facebook page, there should be a link there.
Petersburg Art Space. Okay, I'm gonna link people in on this video, and that's tonight. Oh yeah, you were saying that's why we're having the early chats today because you're
Yeah,
organizing that. So what? So you're
uh,
organizing this? Are you performing as well? What's
eventually,
okay?
yeah, eventually. I just booked about 2 weeks. It's happening every 2 days, so I'm I'm getting there. You know, it's just I've been like on the other side of it, really, like organizing and planning and
It's
making
a lot of work.
posters and signs and stuff. Yeah, like I'd like to perform it eventually,
Yeah.
because it's super chill. Like it's, there might be some techno and stuff, but mostly it's
Hmm.
like textural, tonal, experimental musicians that like just like salt on your chips.
That
Like
sounds
if
lovely.
you're a chip frying away in the sun, like they'll just season you. That's what I'm hoping.
That sounds fabulous. What a nice way to put it. What's it like to run gigs like that over there, like an outdoor thing? Is it not? Do you not have to go through some sort of like red tape or any of that, or is it much easier than what
We'll
you do
find
here?
out.
Oh, we'll find out. It's one of those ones.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
that's great.
I think it's okay.
I'm
There's no
sure it will
like
be.
nobody's going to complain because uh, there's only like offices out over the other side.
Hmm.
Nobody's living there, so I don't think they're going to complain. And the water police, these like police eye on the boats, and they
Yeah.
drive by. So I hope it will be okay. Actually, it was the yesterday was like the celebration of the end of the war, and we went to like a Soviet monument somewhere,
Hmm.
and went drinking like in a small group, and it was super weird. Like I even got a pint of like gold and beer. It was so beautiful. Um, but there were so many people around, and it kind of gave me a bit more faith in the idea that like there is like life going on at the moment, and it's not
Hmm.
just like everybody being afraid of each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Things,
every country seems different, right? How is it
yeah,
over
exactly.
in Berlin? Like, how are the restrictions there?
It Yeah, like I was saying, it doesn't really feel too like it's not a lockdown. It's like
Mhm.
I think maybe it was for a while, but now it's there's a just does it doesn't really feel like everything seems back to normal except no tourism, and no concerts.
Okay.
But everything else is kind of back to normal.
Okay.
I kind of wish it wasn't because I like this the
Do you like
cocoon.
it? It's
Yeah.
nice. It's different. It's people are afraid to say it. Some people aren't. I like the way you didn't even hold back. You just went like, I like it, and it's great. 'Cause some people are just like, well, to be honest, I don't, But like, I'm enjoying it myself. Are you finding anything sort of? There's obviously, I've known you for years, and we could talk forever because we're catching up
Okay, I have to
here.
be careful with this. Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. But like, okay, so let's say about like, because I'm really fascinated. Reza says hi, by the way. He says
Oh
huge love from
wow,
Amsterdam. He's tuning in, and we've got some
great.
great people. Lindsay saying that's really cool. So I mean, there's so many things I could ask you because you're very like you're in an interesting position, man. Being in Berlin, being a musician, and obviously being a personal friend of mine as well. There's so much we could ask you. But
Mhm.
what's what? When did you move to Berlin, and what was your goal moving there, man? Because it's a fascinating thing to move, and we've all moved to a certain extent. Have we? A lot of our friends have moved in different
Yeah,
places and stuff. But tell us a little bit about that. That'd be really nice to know if you don't mind sharing.
moving. It was. eh, I felt like I needed to shuffle the deck. Really, that's what I was. The idea of moving, just gave me such energy, and and I was like picturing like what my window might look like, you know, uh, with plants in it and stuff, and
Mm,
um, yeah, I guess I was just like I needed to move out of my family home, and
mm,
rent was too expensive here. Um, and I just didn't want to pay all that money for rent.
mm,
Um, and but I don't even, I still don't know if it was. I think it was definitely, unquestionably, an amazing thing to do.
mm,
Like
mm,
I don't regret it at all. Whether I'll stay here, I don't know. It's a different vibe, you know.
mm.
I
What's it
kind of
like
like the.
musically? Like, and as a musician, obviously, you're thriving with music. So what's it like in that? Well, in comparison, even to Dublin, if you can compare it,
Mm,
if it's comparable.
there's a lot. There's a different scene. Like when I'm in this like experimental free jazz improv music world. So sort of fell into it and start booking shows um, here and became a bigger part of the space that I'm living in. Um, the people I've got to know are from all over the world, and it's very tonal, like there's no melody, there's no rhythm, there's no songs. It's very like long pieces, um, and that seems to be very popular here and in
Mm,
Europe in general. That I really didn't know that. There's a lot of great artists that come through the city, and I've
mm,
been lucky enough to support a few based on like recommendations from friends.
mm,
Thumper have come over, and I've supported them, and so it's like a good kind of middle ground to be in. But there's nothing like the song cycle in Whelan's on Monday night, like, and there's a kind of a, I don't know. I don't speak German, so I'm kind of, you sort of can't get into the uh the
you can only go so far, right?
yeah. We get
Mm,
better at like explaining yourself,
mm.
but I don't know. Like I think we're just like, I realize I'm a lot more Irish than uh I thought I was.
I guess you have to leave to realize that, right?
Yeah, I
What
think
do you
so.
what
Yeah.
do you miss most like about Ireland? Is there one thing that kind of you're craving?
See,
Is it a
it's like
Guinness?
it's an idea, you know.
Mm,
It's like there's not one real thing, but
mm,
like my friends, really, you know.
mm,
Um, just that, and I don't know. I think I was in a bit more of a. I feel quite isolated here, you know,
mm,
in some ways. Um, and in Dublin there was just like a big gang of musicians that I'd been
mm,
playing with for a long time.
mm,
Where here it's like it's always kind of new, and now a lot of people like move back to Dublin, and so it's just a bit scary to get get like get on this, keep jumping on the same bus and trying to
mm,
recruit people, not knowing them and stuff, and not having a
Sure.
work history. And
It takes a lot out of you, I guess, doesn't it? To you have to make more effort in a way, isn't it? To
yeah,
kind of
totally.
create that trusted circle, right? Of good vibes, yeah, good vibes and good people and trustworthy people, isn't it? It takes a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and
Mm.
it's my own head, because there's like there's a bunch of amazing musicians here.
Mm.
So, I mean, I've started to build stuff up, and um, the album is coming out soon.
Was gonna ask you, yeah, how's the album?
It's going well, yeah. Like it's been like really long time. I think I think it, some sort of dark side of my personality was affecting the album because it just took so long, and I was falling in and out of love with it. Like it's a really difficult thing to do, and you have to really push yourself and um, try to perform as good as you can because like you listen to the recording a few months later and it's not good enough,
Hmm.
and then I go through this process of like, am I not good enough? And then I build
Hmm.
myself up again, and then I improve it. So it's been like, I don't even know, like 3 years or something. But and we've taken songs off, re-recorded things. Um, but I just got the last mix back for the last song. So I mean, now I'm thinking about how to release it, and possibly like looking at September for um, maybe August for releasing the album, and then September for a tour.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'm delighted for you, man. I'm delighted that I mean, you've come this far, isn't it, as a singer songwriter, and you've taken these amazing leaps. You know, not many have been brave to sort of do that kind of exploration. You know that you're doing. So fair play to you. And I listened to like the recent songs. Obviously, I knew Spell Checker, right? So, and I Want You to Stay was kind of the new one that you
Mm.
released, which is lovely. It's absolutely
Yeah.
lovely. Is that anything to give us a hint of what the album might sound like, or is the album like totally another direction, or are they going to be on the album because they're released as singles?
It's a pretty chill affair, the album.
Mm. I love
Um,
that. It's a chill affair.
yeah, we've softened the
Is
edges
that the name of the
quite
album?
casually. No,
Okay, okay.
but I don't want to make any more changes. But if you had said that to me a few months ago, maybe.
Damn.
This is great what you're doing, though. Fair play to you for doing this. It's super nice. It's
Cheers, man. Cheers. It
seems
feels
to
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, it's chill. Like, and it's just a nice little way to connect and reconnect, with musicians, people, friends. It's great. I'm getting the whole lot. So
yeah,
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
nice. It's great having you. No, it's actually such a delight to have you on the show and catching up with you. It's lovely. And in front of people. Isn't that interesting? We're like having a conversation here and we're talking and there's people watching us talk. Isn't
Mm,
that like absurd? Online.
yeah. Hello.
Don't worry, I didn't mean to scare you there. I scared myself. Shit. So what's I wanted to ask. So you right? There's so many things I gotta ask. Do you want to perform? You don't
Mm,
have to, by the way. Do you want to play a song or two?
yeah, sure.
Oh, jeez. Well, do you want to chat for another bit, or do you want to play a tune? What do you feel? I'm
Mm,
leaving it to you.
well, I don't mind. I have a guitar here. I can.
Let's do it. Let's get a Joey Gavin song out
Okay.
there. I
I'll
think the
play.
people would love to hear it.
I'll play. I want you to stay.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Cool. I'm giving you the floor, man.
Hey, I want you to stay. Hey, I want you to stay. Yeah, I want you to stay. Hey, I want you every day. Yeah, I want you to stay. Hey, I want you. But you're going the other way, going the other way. Hey, I want you to stay. Hey, I want you to stay.
Awesome tune, man.
Hey, thanks.
That's great. When did you write that? When did you start writing that originally?
I wrote it in 2013 in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Went away to an artist residency in Crete, and it's not really about anything in particular. Like I was just I kind of cocooned myself into like a little room and just wrote all the time, and I was actually not the most like romantic situation. Like it was hard and I had to pull the tunes out of me, you know. But actually, in the end, I think it seemed like it was quite a good good work done, even though it didn't seem like it at the time. I think it was like some of the worst stuff and the best stuff at the same time, and it was weird. Like, you know, it was like it wasn't really like a happy experience. It was just like really intense. But anyway, I was walking to the beach, and I was recording like the night before, so I just had voice memos on my phone, and I was listening to them when I was walking to the beach, and I heard that melody, and it didn't really strike me as anything when I wrote it, but then I just became obsessed with it when I was walking to the beach. Obsessed, constantly listening to it, and then I went home that night and wrote it until it was written.
Amazing. Do you find it because you've done this a few times, right? Where or is this your process? Is it? You've done it in Kerry, was it before, where
Yeah,
you stayed there for a couple of weeks, wasn't it?
yeah,
Do you find it's easier for you to write in sort of an isolated mode and or like a mix between being out and then isolated? How does it work for you?
yeah. There's a common denominator between it all for me, and I think it's focus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've done residencies before, and tragically, kind of didn't really focus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was more of a like I listened to a lot of podcasts and like
Mm-hmm.
other artists as well, and didn't give myself the kind of shut off to get really deep into the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can do that anywhere. Um, but I feel like a lot of people are feeling this like extra time without too much rush at the moment, where you're like, oh, I can draw a picture, and then you end up drawing for 2 hours, and because you kind of sink into the process,
Mm-hmm.
because of this feeling of we're not going anywhere. I have no job, bar my own practice, and this is if anybody relates to that, it's to that feeling that we're kind of feeling at the moment. That's
Mm-hmm.
very much like what an artist residency feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can have days where you're just like not with it, and you really just need to sit down and stop doing your fiddling with your internet and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the process. It's just working, being able to sit down somewhere and work for infinity, without worrying about I have to do this or who's texting me.
You think is like that if there's a sense of pressure, does that affect sort of the process with regard to, let's say now, would there be less pressure because this was forced upon, let's say yourself or an artist, let's say, so they can't make a decision to go out if they wanted to or whatever, behave in their certain ways that they would normally. Do you think is this different than the other isolation? And I know you're not isolated as much as we're a little bit more isolated. It's getting a little bit lighter. But
Yeah.
before, let's say the first couple of weeks, right? A couple of weeks ago, it was a little
Yeah.
bit harsher. How is that different for you? Just out of curiosity, I guess.
Compared to my normal life or compared to a residency,
Yeah,
you mean?
compared to a residency, I guess, like with or compared to that Kerry, being on your own completely in a where you know when it's over, right? Like
Yeah.
I paid for a month to stay here.
Yeah.
If I don't use my, I wasted money if I didn't, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all those factors, yeah, for sure. Like
Mm,
you really shouldn't feel too much pressure and not care too much about what you do.
mm,
It's like kind of uh, one of the yeah. It was like it's a real beautiful thing to have some time
mm,
to get into your practice. Uh, I was just terrified when like I was panicking and there was a lot of work to do here, but there was we have like a lot of resources here, so I set up a recording studio, like a vocal booth,
mm-hmm,
um, and I like it turned out quite well, and I recorded a lot, and um, it was quite productive, and it still is.
mm.
Um, but it's dragging on a bit now, I think.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of feeling that.
Yeah.
Especially we're going back into like doing phases. So we've got phase 1 to 5, and there's no live music allowed in any
The
of those
planned
phases.
phasing of the phases is being phased in at this current phase.
Basically, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, in a nutshell, man. And yeah, so for gigs, like there's no light in sight, man, which is a bit crazy,
Oh,
for
yeah.
musicians. It's a bit of a rough one. So you're in a pretty good place if you can play a gig tonight. I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm happy for you. I'm happy you can go out and listen to some music. It sounds beautiful, man. Um, yeah, do you want to play another tune or something, or
Sure. Does
um,
anybody have any questions?
yeah, actually, let's see what the chat says. So, actually, Reza's watch it really awesome. Lindsay says that was fantastic. Can't wait to hear the album. Um, Rebecca Cappuccini from Viking Promotions knows Thumper actually,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, her son. She got her son a Thumper T-shirt as well. So her son actually is a
Um,
huge Thumper fan.
was it the white Thumper T-shirt with the like the
Sh
monster
I guess
thing
she'll
on it?
tell you. Yeah, she'll
I
tell you
bought one
now.
too. They gave me
Did you get
one for
one?
free. Yeah.
Ah, very good. What was your relationship with Thumper? Did you play with them, or you supported them, and how did?
I played with Thumper for years.
Hmm.
We went to BIM together.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, like they're all in they're kind of in my band as well. Like we were like big group, big solar system.
Hmm.
Um,
Mix and
and
matching.
we played together too. But Alan and Oshin were like played in my band for years, and I
Hmm.
played with Thumper, and we found a good balance, you know. And
Hmm.
we're still like best of friends.
Hmm. That's awesome when that happens. The chemistry is much stronger, isn't it, when you're playing with friends
Yeah,
and you just understand each other. It's fabulous. That's
yeah.
great.
They know your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Anna says hi. My Anna says hi. She's watching with my mom. Fair play, Joey Gavin. She says. Yeah, we have a lovely viewership. Actually, we got 15 people viewing,
That's
which
cool.
is which is like a typical Shin A gig for me, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So it's great. No, it's absolutely awesome. It's amazing we can do this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, such a
Mm,
need for it. Like,
yeah. Okay, so tell us what song are you up for playing?
I will play the last single I released, Spell Checker.
Awesome. Let me see if I can get a
If you
nice view for you.
if you have any bongos, feel free to.
Dude, they have not figured out a lagless musician situation yet, but I'm gonna be on it
Okay.
as soon
Yeah,
as they do. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Maybe 5G will help that out.
If it doesn't kill us, it'll help. It'll
Yeah,
help us, right?
yeah. Same with anything, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Uh, a cinder block locked in a wall. The Angelus calls. I bounce like a beach ball. Here in the meadow, ooh, scrap covers me tonight. I'm a disposable ocean flotation ride. I'm likely tired. How does the live stream reach you on the other side? I'm not your personal spell checker relation. No, I'll do you wrong. How does the live stream reach you on the other side? Make it too easy for me, don't make it too easy for you, as I often do. How does the live stream reach you on the other side?
Awesome. How is that? Do you still play? Are you playing with a band, or do you have musicians that'll play your songs with you
Right now?
over there? Yeah.
Uh, almost.
Almost.
Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, there's yeah, a New York piano player and an American drummer, Aaron Schneider. He's great. His stage name is Big Daddy Mugglestone, and
Brilliant. Why
he's like,
not?
yeah, he's great. Like he's one of those vinyl vinyl collectors, and yeah, he's super studied. Like we do drum workshops together, like African clave workshops.
Hmm.
Mm. But yeah, we're gonna start that up again soon, and
Great.
make some really interesting music next year.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I have a dream team in mind. You know.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And what do you think? You were saying earlier that you're not sure if you're going to stay there. It's probably not a good time to say that because right now it's hard to move around anywhere in the world, right? But if we're talking
Yeah.
about next year and you're saying that you're grabbing your dream team, it seems like Berlin will still be it's still it's in the long term plan, I guess, as in like the near future,
Yeah.
as in the next 5 years, a couple of years. It's
Yeah.
still in the plan.
I would like to move around because I enjoy the feeling of getting into new communities, and some communities like you click with better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this one took a really long time to ease my way in and get comfortable with people, and um, I'm just curious about what else is going on in other places,
Mm-hmm.
and how I might like be inspired by different communities.
Where would be
I
kind
only
of
have so much time.
true? What would be what's kind of on your radar now? What's kind of tickling your curiosity of a visit at least?
Glasgow.
Glasgow, really?
Yeah, yeah.
What's drawing you there?
I don't know. I just want to go. I want to see more of like the UK,
Hmm.
um, um, because I feel like there's just like it's really old and um, it's quite. There's a lot of little pockets of life going on there
Hmm.
as well. And I prefer Scottish people to English people. So uh, I
Oh, don't
think
let them
I
hear
would
you
really.
say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, don't be sorry. I'm only messing.
Um, that's such a gross statement to make, but I don't know. Like I like Scotland, and people are kind of pretty real there, and
Hmm.
everybody speaks English, if you want to call it that. So
Hmm.
the language barrier is a real killer.
Yeah. So that. How long are you in Berlin now, or how long are you in Germany?
I've been in Germany for since 2018.
Okay. That's still recent enough for,
Yeah.
with regard to having to learn a language and sort of get to know the cultural normalities, right?
Oh
Of the
yeah.
behaviors.
Oh, it's so
And
different.
can you generalize it
Um,
for us? Like
no,
out
I
of
won't generalize it for you.
You've already said too much, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've already cursed so many cultures in
Oh no.
one 30-minute interview that you're going to lose fans after this one now.
Oh no.
No, you're coming across absolutely endearing, brother.
Hmm.
No, it's a lovely chat. I'm actually loving this chat, and unfortunately, we don't have too much time. So,
Mm.
which is an awful shame that everything has to be blocked by time.
Mm.
But what would you like to have another quick brief chat, or would you like to play a tune once again? I'm really
Um,
cash with this stuff, so
did we get
honestly, it's
any questions or anything?
good, dude. See, you're better at this than me. See, I'm not even checking the chat anymore. I'm just looking in and liking the some of the comments.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, guys, if
That's
you
cool.
have any questions, people are kind of chiming
Just
into the chat a
enjoying.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Lindsay was like, it feels like Hotel California sometimes, and that was in reference to, I guess, the isolation and sort of being trapped. And she said, would it be
Uh-huh.
fair? Would it be fair for me to say I agree, or is that biased in relation to the Scottish versus English thing? So we're bringing that back up again, I guess. Thanks, Lindsay. That's great. That's what we need. And Mick Joyce and the Sonic Gypsies.
Hey Nick.
Yeah, you know Mick, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. You guys know each other, which is amazing. And he
Great
said,
band.
yeah, absolutely lovely band and great person as well. Mick
Yeah.
Joyce is awesome.
Hmm.
Great, he said, great tune with a subtle power,
Okay.
and that was in
Yeah.
relation to your first live song there for us, which I love that. That sounds great. You put that on. You could quote that. What do you
I
think?
might quote it. Yeah.
Might quote it, Mick. We might
Yeah.
take that off you.
Yeah.
Use you as a reference.
I like quotes that are a little bit disparaging as well. Um, like somebody from Hot Press. It was like the only time Hot Press ever fucking touched me. Was they played a gig in the Sugar Club a few years ago, and some
Mm.
fella said, oh, uh, he said we were, I don't know, cosmic space cowboys or something like that, or something like
Something
obviously
Jamiroquai
a
or
little
something.
bit like, yeah, it just sort of was a bit like flippant or something, but I thought it was a really great thing to say. Um, so I use that on my press releases.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's excellent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was listening.
Space cowboys or something.
Space cow. Well, it
Space rock indie cowboys. That's what it was. Yeah.
well
Like great.
the cowboy part I'm not sure about, but the space for sure.
Yeah, we
Um,
do a bit of shuffles and like like the music is really like based on the Americana
mhm.
and especially back then. Or you could take all the songs and do that. I really love that music too. So it was a super lovely quote. And
How was your
subtle power is nice too.
Salt Power's lovely? How was your US tour? Because I that came
Oh,
out
it
of
was cool.
nowhere. Did that come out of nowhere for you? Were you expecting something
Nah,
like?
it was kind of on the cards for a while.
Hmm.
Lauren Varian, producer for Arbues Yarns, is a cowgirl from California, and she has a ranch over there. And on St. Patrick's Day, I said it to her like the summer before that I would love to go and visit and take part in the festival. And so I did that, but also I contacted Elizabeth Mullen and told her I was going to be over. So she just let me, jump on as her guitar player and support act for for a tour there, and we went everywhere.
How many
It was
gigs?
great. not like 10. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's
It
still
wasn't
great.
like a huge amount.
Mm,
Um, but they were fairly widely spread out, you know. Sometimes we
mm.
were driving for like 2 days to get to the next venue
Oh, that sounds lovely though.
through the
Road
redwood
tripping.
forests, uh, mountains, snowy mountains, and LA and San Francisco and Denver. And yeah, met a bunch. I met like so many people, which was really great. Um, just to meet that many people. I didn't expect that I would meet so many,
Mm.
you know, and have good chats with everybody. And that's really, I really want to do that again.
Would you? Okay, so the U.S. tour. Would you? Was there any city? I know you only got to see it for a bit, I guess.
Hmm.
Was there anything that sort of city that resonated with you, like, or was it
Oh,
all?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was one place called, and you'd like it too. It's called Fairfield in Iowa. It's a tiny little town, like really, really small place. Uh, and it's kind of rural. But the thing is, in the 60s, um, they founded a Maharishi Transcendental Meditation College there.
Mm-hmm.
And um, over the years, like generations of meditators have come and settled there.
Hmm.
So like the whole community is like full of TM people, transcendental
Wow.
meditation.
Wow. That's crazy. And did you try it
Uh, uh,
over
uh,
there? I mean,
no,
no.
but the drummer, Liz's drummer, is was born into this, and you
Mm-hmm.
need a word, you know, a mantra,
Mantra. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and he didn't give me his because it was like a special
You're not
name.
supposed to.
No,
Yeah. You have to keep
no,
that personal. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
yeah,
You keep the
yeah,
power, the silent power.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's huge.
Yeah.
And I shared a bed with him like every night on the tour. And we went to Italy as well for like we did 15 shows in Italy in November with Liz too, and like shared the bed with David. And we just yeah, he's just such a chill guy. And everybody in Fairfield, which was where he comes from, they
Mm-hmm.
all look 10 years younger. And like
Wow. There you go.
everybody I had conversation with was like so open hearted and humble and very focused, laser focused. So you can imagine the playing a gig full of these people was like
Mm.
so they're all tuning in really well.
Sounds like a perfect circle for yourself, man. Because
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
find you quite like that as well. Very humble and very
yeah,
focused as well in a lot of ways, you know, especially with regard to music, right? You
yeah.
can be,
Can be, yeah,
can be. Well, it's difficult, I guess, for an artist. It's as the Buddhists say as well. It's impermanence, right? It's very difficult to stay in that continual routine for the rest. I mean, would you
yeah.
even want to? You know,
That's
um,
it. Yeah, yeah. This is
it's
true.
nice to change around, right?
Some people say, you know, just gotta look at every day, you know, as a positive thing, and like thank everybody you're alive, and like
Mm.
that's a high standard, you
It
know.
is, yeah.
Like,
Some days you don't want to. Some days you're in a different mode, and
yeah,
it's not wrong
yeah,
with that, you
and
know.
that's okay. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I think so. There's a lot of pressure, you know, for people to have to live up to some sort of a particular behavior, but
mm-hmm.
you know, especially when one is still finding themselves, right, or still trying to
Mm.
shed other stuff from our past and things like that. Like
To
that's,
yet ever get through it, like you just
mm,
gotta. Like I think these days people are probably feeling that a lot more. You know, waking up
mm-hmm,
like Groundhog Day, and
mm,
some days just going fuck this, you know, and
mm,
like there's nothing to distract you from how you're feeling, like
yeah,
work or you know, it's just all the other mad stuff that you can distract yourself with, like you know, oh go
mm.
retail therapy. Oh no, you can't do that. Or
Well, you can
you
shop.
know,
A lot of people are shopping Amazon now, so
yeah.
we're getting into the online deliveries and stuff. But have you learned anything about yourself, like in the last couple of weeks, that you were just like, oh wow? Because I mean, I have for sure. Because like you're saying, I went a little bit more inward, and I'm sure a lot of people have with exactly what you're saying for that reason. Was there anything that popped out? You don't have to share it because it's kind of personal, I guess. But if you wanted to, you're more than welcome to.
Don't eat after 10 o'clock.
Oh,
You
that's a
know,
good
before
one.
you go to bed. Um,
That's a
Getting up
great one.
early is super nice, and like having a
Mm,
routine is really wonderful. Finding out your, you know, my own rhythms,
mm,
and also knowing that you know it's really hard to have a rhythm,
mm,
and it's you're delicate. You know,
mm.
the human is a very delicate thing. and it's
Mm.
also at the same time incredibly resilient. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, like, I'm living with about 13 people. It's an artist residency here, and
Mm-hmm.
um, I have to like chase down rent and build stuff. And like, I don't know, like, I guess I've realized that I have like a huge capacity.
Mm.
Um, but I can also be completely incapable of willing myself to do anything as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. Like, it's a good question. I don't know
Mm.
if I.
You did,
I'll
yeah.
have
No,
to
it was awesome.
think about that
No,
though.
it's perfect. It was a perfect answer. I mean, any answer is a great answer. You know, even a non-answer is an answer, really. So that's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's interesting because like, yeah, it's kind of like the sides of one. It's one coin, and there's two sides, and they'd be complete opposite. But if there is like a responsibility put in front of you that you have to sort of adhere to, you can be really surprised about yourself and your own power, right? Or like you're saying, you know. Um, uh, but if that opportunity hasn't come to you, you're not challenged, you know. So it's actually a really good thing to kind of challenge yourself or put yourself into a position that you wouldn't be familiar with. For example, being a landlord, you know, which is amazing. I mean, I'm sure you've uncovered some amazing powers, as you're saying, from yourself.
Evil.
All those traits that come with it. But I mean, like, yeah, it's an amazing lesson. I think that's a
Yeah.
great thing, you know, to actually put yourself out there like that and take, you know, those risks, if you will, you know, to travel and explore,
Yeah.
to put yourself in these
Yeah.
learning positions, right?
Yeah. 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 We're capable of like far more than we
Way
think,
more,
and
yeah.
you forget what yourself when you're in it.
Mm,
But I think, yeah, you might be sitting there like, oh, what do I do? And knowing that you're capable, and then all you have to do is like start something.
mm.
Just
That's all it
throw a
takes is
bit of
action.
color on the wall or something. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I agree, man. Too much in your head, it doesn't.
yeah,
Nothing comes of it, you know.
yeah,
That's amazing. We could chat
yeah.
about this for ages. I miss our chats. I miss our
Oh,
chats.
they'll be back. I really want to get back to Dublin, and maybe September,
Brilliant,
and it'll be
brilliant. Well,
great.
let's
I
do
think
it.
Halloween's going to be great this year.
Halloween's always great.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but
And
this time,
this town's gonna be hopefully there's gonna be, dude. I don't even know if they're gonna do music here yet. Like it's a weird
yeah,
one.
maybe.
It's really weird.
There might be like outdoor city festivals or something, like
I mean,
with
it's
the right
yeah.
lobbying or something.
If they change a little bit of their sort of original plan because they were really emphasizing on no live music for well quite a while. If anybody
Yeah.
wants to clarify that in the chat, but yeah, we're like one of the last countries in Europe to sort of actually open up everything. Which for whatever reason, you know, it could be because you know it hit us kind of the latest or whatever. But
Or the healthcare was like not strong enough to support it
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
that it could be any of those things. So, but yeah, I guess it's like living one day at a time here now, isn't it? Also, it's like we
Yeah,
can't. It's so hard to plan for the future, which is kind of
yeah,
liberating too, right? We can only plan sort of for next week almost, and even then, you're not really sure. Well, yeah, you know, you just don't know how things can turn, especially for like a new
yeah.
thing that this world has never really seen, the modern age, anyway, right?
Time has all been altered for us.
Yeah. Slow down, and it's strange because like even
Yeah,
when I saw you in Chennai, was that for Anna's birthday? Was that when I saw you? Like my memories are
yeah,
even like a little bit skewed, but that feels like so long ago for some reason. But then some
mm,
people might say no, that didn't feel that long ago. I don't know. Like it's
mm.
times
It's
perceptions
funny.
changed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're outside of a certain system, I think, from some of us,
Hmm.
and it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
It's, it's a good time to be a well-behaved student doing your agency.
Oh my God! Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I wish. God,
I
my life
know.
path would have been different. I think.
I know. Yeah. Look at all. Well, I suppose all the crammers, right? They're totally gutted. I think, isn't it? Because they get graded now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but I
for
think
like
the
the
teachers now, they're probably hard workers. And,
dude, I don't know. I think it was all a lark anyway, right? What algebra and all that stuff. Like, what? When
yeah.
have you ever used that? You know?
No,
Maybe for artwork, right?
Pythagoras. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that was
Well,
good.
that's
Yeah.
geometric. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I
yeah.
like that stuff. Actually, yeah. In fairness, I guess algebra is the kind of thing you'd use like as an example, but then you do
Yeah.
actually realize actually that is pretty fascinating stuff. In fairness, wait a minute. So anyway, yeah, I just had to
Leave
correct
it to the
myself.
algebra.
Algebrologists,
Yeah, that's yeah. I believe
algebrologists.
that's correct. Yeah.
That
Any
is correct.
algebrologists out there
That's it.
tonight?
Please let us
Tune
know.
into Petersburg Art Space for the live stream.
Yes,
Uh,
Petersburg Art Space, and it's going to be live stream. What time? You're 1 hour ahead over there.
yeah, I'm 1 hour ahead, man. I was early for this, and I was like, "What's going on?"
I
And then I
saw you
realized,
tuned in. Yeah,
yeah. So I'm an hour ahead, which means I kind of have to go because
absolutely,
I've
man.
got to set up. Your man's coming in half an hour, and never done this before, so it's kind of a little bit terrifying.
Well, listen,
So wish me luck.
you're gonna do amazing. We're all wishing you luck. I'm wishing you luck, and everybody in the chat's wishing you luck, man. Listen, it was an absolute pleasure to be chatting to you, Joe. Thanks so much for playing some tunes and having a chat with me.
Thank you. Love you very much, David.
Love you
And
too,
I'll see
brother.
you soon.
See you soon, man. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so that was Joey Gavin, everybody. What an absolute gentleman. I love him so much. He's a really good friend of mine. We've known each other for quite some time, and yeah, thanks for staying tuned in. I'm just gonna check if everything is okay here. I'm seeing a little bit of a delay with my screen in front of me. I just want to check if everything's okay for you guys out there. Do let me know if everything's all right, if the audio is synced with the video. I'm seeing a little bit of a delay. Maybe my computer is giving up on me, perhaps. This could be a sign for an upgrade. But Joey Gavin, what a beautiful conversation. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'd like to introduce Paul Archbold up next, who's going to do our pick of the week. Yes, it's that time again, guys. It's the pick of the week. And a new segment for this show. We had one last week, and we got one again. We're going to keep doing this every Saturday. And our pick of the week is Jailbirds. Yes, Jailbirds, absolutely awesome rock and roll band, starring Axel McDonald, Ed Orr, Jamie Trimble, Jay McDonald. Excuse me. And they were founded in 2016, and they've done a lot of work since then. They released Break the Silence on January of 2017. Their debut album, The Great Escape, was released in July last year, and they have singles Nothing Good Lasts Forever and Thrill of the Chase, which led the band to playing festivals such as Bloodstock and the Montjou festival in France. I probably mispronounced that. I never studied French, so I was a Spanish student. Yeah, see. So absolutely awesome band. So I'm looking forward to pausing. Now You're Too Loud, Only Messing. Brew, I'm gonna get you, man, when this is over. I'm gonna get you. Okay, so let's get Paul in on the action. So please welcome Paul. Wow, look at you. Looking slick. Looking great. Ah, you're out in the sun. I'm so jealous, man. Ay, 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 ay. How are you keeping?
Oh, good. As good as can be.
Great. I'm just gonna try to fit this into a nice little make it look nice visually here. I'm just gonna give you your own little box there. So yeah, you had a great band to listen to this week, right? Jailbirds.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sorry. I was gonna say because I was listening to them by like I had them in the playlist, and and I was just like, oh my god, I need to bring these guys. I need to review this album. I need to send it to Paul. And I'm delighted that you enjoyed it. Like I really am. I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna give you your little bit of your 5 minutes of fame, right?
Oh yeah. see if we can do one better than last week.
Well, the lighting is fabulous, and you're looking fucking rock and roll, I have to say, man. So I'm gonna give you the floor. Take it away, brother. Nice one.
Yeah, no problem. How you doing, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the show. Just to recap, last week, pick of the week was The Lost Prophets and Deconstruction of the Mind. An absolutely amazing album. I still can't get over the production of that album. I believe Ollie is on the show today. Ollie, if you're listening, thank you for giving us that album. It was absolutely stunning. But that was last week. We're on to this week. And David sent me an absolute cracker again this week. This week we've got The Great Escape by Jailbirds, a 4-piece hard rock band from Dublin. This is their second release after 2017's Break the Silence. And the only thing that I could say from this is they get better every single release. This is one of the best hard rock albums you're going to listen to by a mile. The standout track for me this week was Nothing Good Lasts Forever, but an honourable mention has to go to The Great Escape, Underdog, and The Pilot. I can't say too much about this other than listen to the album. It's amazing. Thanks a million for having us.
Awesome, Paul.
You
That's
can play
great.
that